Anyways, what I would actually do here is I would actually put a barrier, to vent the for ventilation, like a little gate, like what the Xbox 360 has, so the air can kind of not spread out. Because what happens is it goes everywhere like this, and then it goes back in here. So it kind of spreads out on the top layer, and then it kind of it kind of you know goes into there. So I would actually put a little gate there or something so it doesn't like spread the air out. Also, like I fixed my Dreamcast with, and it had some aluminum plating like this right here. And aluminum plating's good, right? It's good and all, but if you think about it, um, it's a it's not that good of an idea to cover disk drives with aluminum plating because the drive will overheat. Aluminum is it, it's not a good insulator for heat basically. Like but in the case of the Dreamcast, I had that problem, but I don't know about this because the drive was covered where the drive was like where the motherboard was, so it was kind of sitting on top of the motherboard. So this the ventilation that the Dreamcast was pulling in there, I noticed that it wouldn't cool the drive with the aluminum plate in the way. And with older systems, the hold on, yeah. So what was I? Yeah. So
Because you're not going to hurt it by doing. So just
um,
take your standard Phillips head screwdriver and unscrew those screws.
yeah. The
Cool.
the
This thing is fun.
Dreamcast pulls air out as you know. So that's why I took off the aluminum plate. I don't think it would matter for this because they're just trying to heat up the CPU. Because consoles, older consoles, were more like um, they weren't more like PCs, but the new ones are more like computers. So it's the same thing as a computer, actually, in my honest opinion. That even the Xbox 360 is kind of felt like a computer, but the PS2, Dreamcast era, like they weren't built like computers. They had their own ventilation system and everything, so they were built differently than computers actually. PS2, Dreamcast, and what was the other? GameCube and Xbox. Xbox was a lot like a computer, but GameCube, PS2, Dreamcast were a lot different. what happens is they got lazier. You know, they didn't think around the box. So the
Say that again.
so after the sixth generation, the consoles just became specialized
And then you
PCs.
take the other one and you fit it down
Like there's no
there.
innovation
How you like to
in how the console works.
Which is
It doesn't.
said than done, but again, it's
For
not
instance,
awful. Now if you remember, of
it
course, all
won't
these
shoot
ports here that kind of have to get
air
wedged in
out,
there.
obviously,
See that part right there?
because
now if you remember, this one had these
if you
four,
shoot air out,
tiny
you
little
already
screws
have
like this. So I have three.
a
Four.
power supply
Alright, now that
problem.
this is back together,
And
you're
Dreamcast
gonna
could
take
do
this
that
piece
because
of metal and just go ahead and put that in.
its power supply was really small.
Like
So
that. And then take
who knows?
just uses
Who
two
knows?
of those screws that are really the majority of all these screws are the same, and it just use two of those, and they go isolate them. If you have your own method of how you like to do that, you might want to.
That's a GameCube.
And you can tell because this one has like a little. When it comes to the weight,
And I did like the
dry
GameCube.
side.
I liked Rogue Squadron. It's just I didn't have a GameCube. Andrew did. And I needed money at the time, so I sold him the Xbox, and I bought a Dreamcast. That's obviously what happened. Anyways, I only bought the Xbox for like Halo 1. You know, I just thought, you know, Halo 1 was like the best. It was like a really good movie that came out. It was like Star Wars, you know, A New Hope. It was a really good game. And then I got bored of it, and I had college, so I didn't have time to play it. And then, as I was staying in college during the summer, let me think what happened. Did I sell Andrew the Xbox, or did someone steal my Xbox? I'm trying to remember now. Oh yeah, someone stole my Xbox from my apartment. And I knew who it was, but, you know, you can't, if the housemaid has the keys, you know, you can't do anything about it. Yeah, the house tenant stole my Xbox, and her boyfriend was like really strong. Like he would like take food from like babies, you know. He would take food from everyone. Anyways, what? Yeah. Now that I think about it, I didn't sell my Xbox to Andrew at all. But I did sell all of the games I had, I think, to Andrew. It's weird because you know someone so well, and he dies in life, so you always want to figure it out. I know I bought the Xbox for $300 with Andrew and Tuan, the Asian guy that's in a previous video, 2 videos down. He was good friends with Andrew. But I'm trying to figure out where exactly. I let him borrow my Xbox. That was it. I let him borrow it, and then I took it back. And when I brought it to Richmond, uh, basically I bought the Xbox when it was released, the Microsoft Xbox with the big Duke controller. Like the Genesis had a Master System controller. All right, the Genesis had a big controller too. But so maybe this was a year after its release, and maybe it was $300 instead of $400 at the time. So I bought that, and I do think that at that time, um, I kept in college for the summer at least. Definitely for the summer, but you know, during college season, I left at whatever Andrew's house, and he would buy. Oh wait, he bought his own Xbox. Okay, he bought an individual Xbox. So I didn't sell it. He bought one after it was stolen or something. Yeah, so you stole my Xbox. Like, I hate scammers, man. Like, you steal my Xbox. Like, you never go away. Like, if you wanted to die, you know, tomorrow, uh, I can do that because you're basically probably dead. Actually, dead. You're actually a dead life form. Anyways, um, yeah, I don't see what their interest is, why they're so fascinated with me. Like, I could be carrying a gun if they kept trying to be friends with me after stealing, you know, my Xbox or something. I could you know, decide to go to Target and you know, and shoot you in the leg or something. Anyways, someone stole my leggings just like yesterday. Like, they're still around too. They're still they're still coming in my room when I'm not looking. Anyways, I just don't understand what your fascination is with pissing me off. Because when you scam people, they get twice as good karma later. Like, you probably don't even have the guy who stole my Xbox, probably, or a lady, whatever. She's like a black lady. Whoever stole, whoever it was that took my Xbox that day when I went out to eat after I moved in. Maybe I left the keys open, sure, but that's not like when you move in, right? You're gonna do something like that. You're really busy. Yeah, I bet that guy is probably either crippled or like, I'm not even gonna lie. I do think he probably does not even have a PS4. Like, he probably can't afford one. You know? He probably got really poor. Or he probably died of cancer. Yeah. No offense to Jay, who died of cancer. I didn't mind if he looked in my comics. I mean, he could have even taken some if he wanted to. Like, rest in peace, that was unfair. But, to the guy who stole the Xbox, he's probably still around, if you think about it. And he probably died or something, you know? or someone he probably knew died, like, or 4 people he probably knew died. Who knows? Yeah, and that's just the beginning of the scams. Like I have like 20 scam stories. Scammers just they just listen to my voice and say, what a sucker. But who's the sucker now, right? Here I am with a really fast PC with no problems on it. I just make the problems up. An Xbox 360 and a slew of games, right? And a PS4 right here that I'm cleaning out. So who's the sucker when you scam someone? Are you the sucker? The fact is that those people will probably just lose their money, like really quickly, from rent or something, some bullshit like that. That's where I got you. Is would you live in a hotel? Like this isn't gonna be Europe or anything, but a philosophical question. If you only had Dreamcast, would you live in a hotel for a year for free? I would. And the hotel entertainment is only Dreamcast, and you can't have any money. Like you have to eat the food of the hotel, and you have to use the resources of the hotel. I mean, you can go to the beach, whatever. Yeah, but it's gonna be like a weird place without. It's gonna be like Europe, where there are no 7-Elevens or no way to earn money. It's just gonna be houses or some weird, maybe Nevada desert. Who knows? But it's gonna be far from your means to earn money. Anyways, would you live there for free for a year? Sure. Um, hmm. But I'd probably like sneak in an iPhone or something because because I probably wouldn't actually. I wouldn't live in there for free. But if I got something for it after I lived there for free, sure. Oh look, I got something for it. Uh, yeah. So these scammers aren't gonna get anything for it. Like I might get my $500 back for my moped. Like after I fix it, I have to fix it though, and then I might, uh, you know, I just may get my money back for my video card somehow. I don't know how yet, but I'm gonna do it. Because these people are scammers. They've started scamming on an economic scale, like through like the Chinese, like just sell the fucking card with like instead of with a driver's CD, you could sell the card with, I don't know, a way to flash it so it's 1 GB, 1 GB, maybe. Or you could sell the card in a way, you know, you could actually sell a card for, in a way to get profit and flash the BIOS and use your technology or whatever. or you could not, you know, and you could sell the card through 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 uh, through a communist system in China. Yeah, you don't have to sell it through Hong Kong. Yeah, you're just dying slowly when you do that. The fact is that those card manufacturers that sell fake cards, they don't understand the repercussions of karma, because technically what you're doing is you're selling a card that's 1 GB, but you're saying it's like 2 GB or 4 GB, whatever, but it's in fact a 1 GB card, and you're flashing the BIOS to make it look like it's 2 GB or 4 GB, whatever. When it's a 1 GB card. So you're using the system, okay. You're doing nothing wrong, basically. But technically, I thought about this. You are doing something wrong. You're selling something that's someone else's trademark. Like, you stole someone else's technology, you rebuilt it, and you sold it. Okay. Technically, that's cheating. Basically, this is why China doesn't have its own technology, so to speak. This is why it doesn't share technology with the West, because it's all a matter of them paying off debt to other countries without the means of doing so through war. As long as you go to war, you'll be rich. I don't know. Life was cruel. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Just look at Saudi Arabia, for instance. I'm just saying this is really the juxtaposition. I'm trying to figure out how to put this on without any help. So I'm gonna put it on real quick. But, fuck her, You could say it's a GTX, whatever, and then you could flash the BIOS and, or it could be like that you could make the card into a shittier card. But you could rename it somehow in the BIOS, but you're not smart enough to do that, so therefore you're doing something illegal, because the card is technically now the card is defective. That's all it is. Even if it was like a 1 GB card and you flash the BIOS and it says 4 GB, there's no BIOS correction for that, so you're losing. if you had a way, if you had an easy, if I had an easy way to flash the BIOS of the card, you know, I would. But there's no easy way of doing that. That's why I want my money back. Yeah. So I'm just gonna see if Hitman works, you know, or this game's giving off a lot of sound when you load it or start it. So I think I fixed that. Little dust repair on my side. Um, yeah, I think this will temporarily work. Temporary, temporarily, 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 temporarily. I think this will temporarily work. At least for a month or two until I decide to buy that T10. I don't think I have to buy it because if you saw what happened, the console like insulated itself with a big layer of dust is all that happened. And it's silent now because I cleaned it. But to be honest, maybe the fan is just really susceptible. It looks like the fan's just really susceptible to dust. Like just a little bit of dust. The way it's designed is with all those fins. It's a really good design, but it's susceptible to slowing down or something with that dust. Huh? I don't know. It's so silent now that it's amazing. The dust does something mysterious. That the dust on the fan itself was all over the console's top. So I'm thinking that the dust was going back into the fan and out like constantly, like it was just cycling in and out of the fan, you know, and on the top. So that's what it was doing. Because this is like a brand new PS4 almost, and it's very quiet. Yeah. So, wow. Not only does it sound like my overclocked PC, which is quite silent, but overclocked. If it was underclocked, it would be silent, but it has some sound to it. But look at that. The frame rate jumped greatly. Wow. Just for... here it comes. See, hear that sound? That's why you need thermal paste on the CPU. Like, I'll do that when I come around to it. But, you know, the frame rate jumped greatly. That's the sound I'm trying to get rid of. It came around. See, it sounds like a fucking aircraft. Like a fucking jet turbine. Like, I have no idea why it sounds like that. But it used to not. Like, it didn't sound like that before, so I don't know. But the frame rate jumped greatly from cleaning the fan. Like, at least that.